It took me 10 years to learn what I'm going to teach you in about a minute. Check it out. So let's say you just recently picked up a Sony camera, APS-C, full frame, whatever it may be. This is an A6400. The reason I went with this camera is after 10 years of experience with Sony cameras, ever since the very first A6000, that's when I fell in love with mirrorless. That's when I fell in love with Sony. I was a Sony fanboy for years for that reason. And what keeps me coming back to the APS-C and specifically now the Sony A6400 is that incredible 24 megapixel CMOS sensor. Now, there's a lot of technology that they're pouring into the new cameras, and I respect that. I love all the new autofocus. I love all those algorithms. I love the AI autofocus. It's all good and dandy. But for purely photography, purely specs photography-wise, this 24 megapixel sensor has been the most underrated and the most, how do I say, the goated, if you will, sensor among Sony. Is that, you either fall in two camps. You either are full on, full frame, or you're like the APS-C fanboy. I fall in the middle. I love it all. I'm not going to pick one or the other, but I will say that I picked this guy up in the current kit arrangement that it's in, and I'll break it down in just a second, for less than $1,000 all in. And I'm telling you right now, I am absolutely loving the images that I'm getting out of this. And at the end of the day, you've heard this. If you have a kit and you're not going outside shooting, what is the purpose of the tool? The tool goes in your toolbox to be used on the job. And so when I'm out and about, this particular kit is my go-to, my grab, and I just love it. It's because it's so lightweight, it's so small, compact. I can throw it right in my bag. I don't have to care about scratching my little baby, because why? It was less than $1,000 all in. I mean, we're talking about $100 kit lens. This Viltrox 28 millimeter, it's $100 all in. $30 for the small rig. And then I got it used, an A6400, barely used, like new condition, barely used. All in, this setup is under $1,000, and I am absolutely adoring the images I'm coming out of this. Now, a little tip that I have for you who maybe are venturing into the Fujifilm, you like the film simulations, but you like Sony's technology, check this out. So the A6400 has some slight tweaks that you can make going into the creative styles. You can kind of create your own recipes in a sense, not quite as dive deep as Fujifilm or the other, but I will say that I picked this guy up in the current kit arrangement that it's in, and I'll break it down in just a second, for less than $1,000 all in. And I'm telling you right now, I'm absolutely loving the images that I'm getting out of this. And at the end of the day, you've heard this. If you have a kit and you're not going outside shooting, and I'm telling you right now, I'm absolutely loving the images that I'm getting out of this. And at the end of the day, you've heard this. If you have a kit and you're not going outside shooting, what is the purpose of the tool? The tool goes in your toolbox to be used on the job. And so when I'm out and about, this particular kit is my go-to, my grab, and I just love it. It's a scenario. So if you want a really powerful, strong photography kit, now there's some video specs here, but I do not recommend the Viltrox 28 millimeter for video. It can do it, but you have to shoot in manual focus, because if it's in autofocus, it's going to hunt like crazy and it's going to be super distracting and annoying. You might as well just shoot it on your phone. So purely photography though, with the ability to have the viewfinder, just have that sleek design, the run and gun style, throw it in your bag and forget it. Always have your camera on you type of camera. This is my go-to. This is the A6400. This is, in my opinion, the most underrated APS-C camera on the market. And that's why behind the scenes in the market, it's actually gaining steam. This is being sold like crazy right now in various different places in the market for good reason, because people are coming back to that classic A6000 sensor. And then they made some slight tweaks with the processing power of the A6400. There's a lot of cool things, quality of life things and things like that, but video specs as well. But anyway, for purely photography, it's money. It's absolutely amazing. Shooting this in RAW, I'm loving the images. I've actually compared this directly with the A6700, and there was times that I actually preferred the way the images looked from this camera, even over the A6700. I know Sony's got stuff up their sleeves and they're excited. They're going to be coming out with amazing stuff. I get it. But again, to have a kit that has this crisp of photos that come out this beautiful for under $1,000. You can't go wrong. So I don't care what you do either way. I'm just giving you my 2 cents. My humble opinion is that the A6400 is the most underrated, most powerful camera for photography right now. In the APS-C lineup, there's arguments to be made about full frame. I get it. But in APS-C, do not be so quick to look past the Sony A6400. This is Creativity Knox. This is just my humble perspective. Hope you got something out of this. If you feel so inclined, please comment what you think. I'd love to hear your opinion down below. And like always, like, subscribe, share with a friend. And if you shoot A6400, give some thumbs up in the comments, because I'm on the A6400 train for as long as it'll give me those images until something else comes out that's giving me those buttery smooth images. All right, I digress. Have a fantastic day.